say something else.
Hello and welcome to Brand X Reviews. In this one I'm going to be continuing the Steve McQueen retrospective series. This is the third in that part. Part 1 I looked at The Defender, which was a film in 1957, and in Part 2 I looked at Love with a Proper Stranger, which was made in 1963. In this one I'm going to be looking at not one of his films, but a documentary that came out in 1986. So this was a few years after he passed away. But it is one that you can buy, and I do recommend it, so I thought I'd do a very quick review of it anyway.
He was a breed apart, a street kid who made it. Men were his natural rivals, women a tantalizing challenge. But with kids, he could be himself. He lived life on the edge. He was a loner, defiant and unpredictable. But his screen magic, that you could depend on. And it made him one of the most popular stars of his day. His name was Steve McQueen.
Now, it's a documentary, as I say, that came out a few years after he died. It's narrated by James Coburn, who is somebody who worked with him in a few films that he did, such as The Magnificent Seven and The Great Escape. Now, what makes this documentary pretty cool is the inclusion of rare home video footage. So you get to see kind of behind the scenes look at life with Steve McQueen and with his children and with his wife. And it shows footage of his two children, Terry and Chad, when they were little. But it's also got interviews as well with various actors and directors such as Norman Jewison, and some pretty funny stories that are told. There's also an interview with Carl Malden, who's one of the actors that he worked with on The Cincinnati Kid.
I played the part of the shooter, the professional car dealer, dealing in his favor so that he would win the game. And he spotted it. And he asked to take some time off, to go to his room, rest. And he asked me to come up to his room. And when I did, he confronted me with the question of, are you cheating? And he sprung at me like a tiger. There are a number of actors who have that quality, that any minute on screen, you're going to see them explode. There's something that they're so tense, so high, that you feel, I'm going to be here when he blows his top.
What are you talking about?
You, shooter, man. You've been dealing me cards for an hour.
Like hell, No, kid. No, listen, kid!
They kind of talk about, in some cases, how he was fairly difficult to work with. It's no secret. I mean, you can see for yourself. Just watch the documentary. There's no point me kind of going on about it, but it's something that, like I say, was quite well known for having sort of tantrums on set, and in some cases not even talking to the film director for a number of days, which is fairly rare in a lot of cases. I think actors that do that nowadays just tend to not get work. But I think with McQueen it tended to work in his favour in a lot of ways, in terms of the parts that he played. You know, he was known as a kind of rebellious character in a lot of his films, and I guess that's what he was in real life, which you can get a sense of that from watching the interviews on this documentary. He has interviews with his first wife, Neil Adams, she was called. He had two children who were also interviewed in the documentary. There was Terry, that was his daughter, who I think passed away in 1998, and also his son, Chad, who looks quite a lot like him as well, you can see. There's interviews with other actors like Chuck Norris, who I don't think he ever worked with him in terms of being in a film alongside him, but he knew him quite well, so some quite good interviews on there. There's also interviews with other actors like Carl Malden, that he worked with in The Cincinnati Kid, and Nevada Smith from memory as well. That was another film that he appeared in. But like I said, we'll definitely recommend this documentary. It is available on DVD, as I say, and it's not very expensive. The cheapest I've seen it is about £4 or £5 online. If you shop around, you can probably find it cheaper. The version that I have is on videotape. This was something that I bought back in I think it was 2001, and I had to get it imported. It's an American one. This is one that I bought because back in, I think it was 2001, so videotapes weren't really that defunct as they are now, but it's still something I've kept for sentimental reasons. I should probably upgrade and buy the DVD, to be honest, but from what I understand, the quality of the DVD isn't all that great. I think it's been ripped from a tape. They haven't gone to the original master from some of the reviews I've been watching, but it's more convenient than having it on tape anyway, because I think I'm probably one of the few people left on the planet that's even got VCR. So like I say, you can get it. It's not difficult to get anyway. It's part of, I think the studio that released it is the Hollywood Collection, or that might just be the name of a collection that it's been released as. I'm not really sure, but like I say, it's not difficult to find. But that's my review anyway. I would definitely recommend this one. As I say, it's quite good from the point of view that it's got like rare footage and interviews, that kind of thing. Interviews with McQueen as well. So definitely one to have in your collection anyway. If you check back here, the website is brandxreviews.com. There's going to be plenty more reviews of Steve McQueen films specifically coming up in the near future. This is the third one that I've done so far, and there's going to be many more to come. But there will also be other reviews coming up this year, as well as the ones that are already up there. I think there's like 40 odd reviews up there at the moment. So if you check the website, you'll see everything that's up there now. Thank you very much for watching.